You're watching Round Roanoke, your source for what's happening in the Valley. I'm your host, Margaret Hunter-Wade. Back to school is a busy time for all families with school-aged children, but can be an especially daunting time for families with special needs children. Several organizations and volunteers to come together each year for Parents' Day, presented by the Roanoke City Special Education Advisory Committee in partnership with the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center and Care Connections for Children, to provide resources and information together in one setting at no charge for these families. Here to tell us more are Dana Jackson with Blue Ridge Independent Living Center and Dr. Brice Jackson with Connections Achievement and Therapy Center. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you. So let's start with this is, first of all, an incredible program that you all are working on. But let's start with the history of it, if you don't mind, and just tell us why it was started, how it's grown over the years.
Well, it started 4 years ago. Blue Ridge actually did the first one, Blue Ridge Independent Living Center, and we had maybe 30 people, and I had maybe 6 speakers.
Okay.
But it was to try and get information out to parents of children with disabilities.
And
things I don't know.
Basically, the purpose of this event is to get that information out. So you've mentioned that it's grown. So what is this year's event going to look like?
Well, we have like 50 vendors.
Wow.
And 19 speakers on all kinds of different subjects. And so it's just a very wonderful day for information. And Dr. Jackson, of course, is going to do an hour speaking, and his information is wonderful. So we think that any parent that has a child of any age with a disability could get something from this.
So give me an idea of the type of topics that will be covered or the information that can be gained.
Well, we have talk on special needs trusts, power of attorney and legal guardianship. We have OT, PT.
Okay, for the average
Occupational
person.
therapy, physical therapy, I'm sorry. Physical therapy, we have music therapy. We have somebody there to speak on Medicaid waivers.
Okay.
And other things parents might want to know. And so it's just kind of endless. In fact, we're going to hand out a sheet so that they can pick what they want to go to.
Okay. And that you said there, how many vendors?
50.
50, and those vendors are?
All but a couple of them are agencies and companies that work with people with disabilities.
Okay, so they'll all be there presenting this information.
Yes.
And the most incredible part is that this is a free event, is that correct?
It's free.
Okay, so we need to know when and where this is.
It's going to be October the 12th from 10 to 2 at William Fleming High School.
Okay. Now, I understand that it's free, but does it require registration for people to let you know that they plan to attend?
We'd like you to call. What's out there on some of them is Cindy Grosclose's phone number and my number at Blue Ridge Independent Living Center.
Okay. So if people could please
just
let
so
you know.
that if they could let us know, it'd be nice, just so we can prepare.
Now, this event is done through the Roanoke City Advisory Committee for Special Education. But is it for more than just Roanoke City students?
The flyers have gone out to Botetourt, Allegheny, and Salem and Roanoke County.
Okay, so it's a regional.
So it's for anybody, any school system.
All right.
Just that Roanoke City is nice enough to loan us a school.
Excellent. No, it's great that you all get those resources. So Dr. Jackson, you're here to tell us a little bit about what you will be speaking on, as Dana indicated. So what will we hear from you?
Yeah, I'm specifically going to be talking about memory. So when kids, really any child who's in the process of learning, especially children with special needs, learning memory are very often the same type of thing. You know, you're trying to be, as a teacher, you're exposing a child to new material, and they'll gain memory for it. So we're going to talk about aspects of development that can prevent a child from remembering things well, and things that we can do either therapeutically or nutritionally to help improve memory. The one other comment I wanted to make about some of the special needs trusts and things, a lot of people often don't even realize with special needs how important some of these services are. So a lot of times I think people might see a spot like this and say, well, I'm not even sure what that is. That means you need to come to find out what it is. Obviously, in this segment, you can't go into a lot of detail, and that's not even really what I'm presenting about. But when I've done these types of events in the past, I love to sit down with these other speakers, and I'm in this world every day, and every time I go, I learn something. Oh, wow, I didn't even know with the Special Needs Trust, you know, there was some detail about it that they didn't understand. And,
sure.
So I think a lot of times with families in general are busy enough, then you had a special needs child, and that just adds. So an event like this is a great way. You can get tons of information very concisely from experts in all these different fields, and I'm honored to be there and and speaking. But there's going to be a lot of great folks besides me there.
And it sounds like it's a great opportunity to maybe meet some other families too, so you can build your own network of resources as a family within that environment. So an excellent event, and we are about out of time, but I appreciate so much both of you coming and all the work you're doing on this great event.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can find out more about Parents' Day and other events happening in the Roanoke Valley on the community calendar that's coming up at the break. I'm Margaret Hunter Wade, and you're watching Round Roanoke on Cox 9. Thanks for tuning in.